Hey everybody, welcome to Saga Sunday. I'm Jen, and this is Corey.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
So when I first started out reading comics, I just thought they were all just about superheroes and supervillains.
Makes sense.
And then I found this, and then I read it, and now I have 8 volumes of Saga on my shelf, and currently the creators are on a little break, so I am anxiously, didn't say that right, waiting for the new story to come out. So I figured I'd just tell you a new chapter every week.
Nice.
So
All right, so we're gonna be telling y'all a new chapter every week. So I guess now's the best time to ever start with chapter 1. All right, so we got chapter 1. Let me open this up.
Oh, it's gonna be shocking. Little disclaimer: if you ever pick up this book and you get interested, which I hope you do not read it at work. Do not read it around your kids, because the artists made a deal with each other that they would make this book a tad bit on the graphic side so that it would never get turned into like a TV show, basically.
Yeah.
So don't read it at work. Don't read it around your kids, because some of the pictures are kind of graphic.
All right. Yeah. I mean,
so,
we hitting the gate out this one. So yeah.
So yeah, it opens up with a couple. And the couple's name is Elena and Marco. Elena has green hair and green wings, and Marco has horns on his head. And Elena's giving birth to their child.
Okay.
And they're giving birth to their child in a garage.
Okay.
Not in the hospital. So already starting off kind of wild. He tells her that the pain is okay to feel, and it's all right if he uses like a magic spell on her to ease the pain. And she said, no, I don't want it. I'm going to do this the all natural way.
I don't want my baby to be a freak.
And so she gives birth to the baby, and he's all happy. It's a girl. They're excited.
It's got little nubs for... Oh, whoa, she's breastfeeding already.
Yeah,
okay.
quick. I'll tell you, real life. So she breastfeeds the baby. They have a nice little moment. Huge knock on the door. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Forgot about that. Yeah, he cuts off the umbilical cord with his teeth, because the Marco is now a pacifist. He has a sword, but he said he's not going to use it. Why? Don't know. So then they have their little nice moment, and then the coalition forces are outside.
Coalition, okay.
The coalition forces right now are robots and other winged people.
Okay. But their wings look a little different than her wings.
Right. But basically, all the wings people are from the same place.
Okay.
Called Landfall. I will get to that.
Okay.
So they're on one side, and then all the people with horns are on a different side.
Okay.
And they're against each other.
Okay.
So that grease monkey told those guys where the couple was.
Okay.
And that's why they're there. They're there to arrest them, because they are runaways.
Makes sense.
And so they bust in there, and they're about to arrest them, but some magic is detected, and then a bunch of horn group come. Yeah, and they talk in a different language, which I found out is Esperanto. So you can go on Google, go to Google Translate, go to Esperanto, and it will translate all the words in there.
Where do they
So
speak
it's
Esperanto?
awesome. I have no idea. That is my next thing I'm finding out.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a dead language. They don't really use it that much.
Okay.
So the two sides are shooting at each other. The couple thinks they're about to die, but magically they don't really know how. They kind of just close their eyes.
Yeah,
and
everybody
like,
else is getting like fucking torn to
dead.
shreds. What the hell is this? Like, everybody's getting torn to shreds and they just got their eyes closed. It's like...
Yeah. So they live. And so Marco goes to the grease monkey, and he's like, how dare you do that? Like, we paid you so we could be safe. And he's like, well, if it's for any consolation, here's this map that I bought with the money that I used.
Yeah. He's like, since I'm dying right here.
Right, exactly. He's
guts
dying.
on the ground.
So after that, we go to the world building of the universe. And then basically there is a planet called Landfall, which I told you where all the people that have wings are from.
Okay.
And then that planet has one satellite, called Wreath, and it's their moon.
Okay.
And that's where all the horn people are from.
Okay.
So basically, we don't know why, but those two groups of people hate each other. They don't like each other. But they know that if they annihilate one or the other, it's just going to send the other group into like wrong orbit, and they could crash and die and all that stuff.
Okay.
So they decide to take the war to other countries or other planets and satellites and fight there, so that they don't ruin their own place.
Yeah, they don't want to mess up their own place. It's like America.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now we're jumping to Prince Robot 4, and he is trying to have a baby with his wife. Like, literally, they're doing it right now.
Titties out and everything.
So he's doing that. Basically, he just got back from a 2-year tour. And he promised his wife that he would, like, start a family with her, basically, when he got back.
Okay.
And so Special Agent Gale, which is a Landfallian secret agent.
A wing person.
Yeah. He comes to give Prince Robot 4 a new mission.
Okay.
And, of course, Prince Robot 4 is highly upset because he just got back from tour.
Yeah, he's like, I'm with my wife.
Also,
my wife is here.
He is the only survivor from his troop because there was, like, this big sneaky attack on their platoon, and he's like the only one that survived.
They think he killed everybody?
No, they know that he didn't kill everybody, but like they know that he's the only one that survived.
Okay.
Like they had like a ceremony for him. You know how they give people Purple Hearts and stuff. So they basically did that, and they had a parade and everything like that. So he thought he was going to be able to stay at home. So Special Agent Gale, the secret agent, tells him about Elena and Marco. And basically, Elena is a soldier, and Marco was supposed to be a POW. And so what happened was that Marco was transferred to Cleve as a POW.
Okay.
And Elena was supposed to be the soldier keeping guard to make sure that nobody escapes.
Okay.
But they escaped together.
Makes sense.
So then they find that they're pregnant from like a camera.
Yeah.
And at first, of course, the Prince Robot, he's highly upset. He's mad. He's like, of course he must have forced himself on her. There's no way that she would willingly lay down on, what's up, Afro? Lay down with this horrible horned guy. And so, but they're wearing wedding rings.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay, so basically your job is to go find that couple, kill them, and then you can go about your life.
Shit.
And he's like, wait, what? We are talking about Saga. This is a brand new show. You can catch all the recaps on Sunday, and we're just starting off with chapter 1. And Marco and Elena are now just in the sewers. But basically, yeah, Prince Robot 4 just has to go on the new mission, and he has like extreme PTSD.
Yeah.
So
he's
now,
like, shit, I don't want to go back to where I kind of just got back.
Exactly.
Okay.
So now Marco and Elena have escaped. They have this map, and they are in the sewers. So basically, they just decide that they're going to follow the map because Elena wants to show the baby the world, even though they're like running from all these people.
Well, yeah. Well, what the hell else are they supposed to do? They ain't got much else.
Well, Marco wants to stay hidden and quiet because they have a family to think about. And so she goes off on him and basically saying like, no, that's like the rally cry for losers. No. We're not losers.
There we go.
So they go and use the treasure map. So then we jump to a guy with a huge cat, and his name is The Will. And he is like an assassin, and he gets hired. So he shows up on this planet, kills a cool monster that shoots fire.
What the hell?
So what he does is he gets gunpowder off his belt, throws it into the lava monster's mouth, and then he just like explodes.
Yeah, this is...
It's dope. So cool. So he's like, hey, I'm looking for Vez. And then Vez walks out, and she has a horn. So she's from Wreath. And she's part of the Wreath government.
Even though it's like a unicorn horn for some reason.
But it doesn't matter. As long
Anybody
as
with a horn.
Anyone with
just
a
like
horn.
All those different weird wings. Okay.
Exactly. So she's like, hey, you're the Will? You're hired. I had to make sure you were legit. Thanks for killing that monster for me. He's like, what the heck? She's like, you want the job or not? He's like, okay, tell me the job. So she tells him about Marco and Elena and how Marco used to be a soldier, but he was captured because he was horrible. And then she tried to lie. But that huge cat is a lying cat. So you can't lie any time that cat's around. It will tell you when you're lying. Okay. Every single time.
And that's why he keeps it around. He's
that's perfect sidekick for wherever you're going, especially an assassin.
He's a bounty hunter. He's like, I don't take shitty deals.
The government official gave him like a white card, which is like a black card with like an unlimited amount. And so she tells him that he's not the only assassin they hired, but you're hired. Like, you're hired, but you're not the only one.
Okay.
So we jump back to Marco and Elena. They just got out of the sewers, and there's supposed to be a bridge. But instead of a bridge, that's where the war actually spread to. So the bridge was broken.
Whoa.
Broken. Badass picture. This is why I love Fiona Staples. Badass. Yeah, the bridge was broken. So Elena has this like ultimate breakdown. Remember, she just had a baby. She didn't have a chance to recover. They've been on the run since. So of course, like, her hormones are just going wild. And she's like, oh, great. Oh, man, I'm so dumb. Like, I can't believe we did this. And Marco's like, hey, you were right. This is exactly where the bridge was on the map. All we have to do is just find a way around and we can get to the treasure. And so they have a nice little bonding moment. Kiss, kiss. Okay, thanks. And then they think, he's like, Hope. She's like, oh no, we're not going to name my baby Hope. But something with an H. And that's when the narrator says, my name is Hazel. So now we know that the narrator is the baby.
Okay.
And that's how it ends on chapter 1. They just have a little kissy moment, and they're going to go on this treasure hunt together.
Okay. Well, I like how they didn't name her Hope, because that's a little corny. That's a little self-awareness from Brian K. Vaughan. I mean, shit. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Yeah, so chapter 1. Yeah, what do you think, chapter 1?
Chapter 1. What are your first thoughts now hearing about chapter 1?
There's a lot of crazy stuff I just saw. Yeah, I can see why this could never be a TV show, because this is like some stuff that I could never even imagine. Like, unless I've seen it already, this is like some stuff that I couldn't even imagine seeing. So, that's pretty cool. The story is pretty solid. You got all the right pieces. You got like the people who are running away. You got the baby. You got the 2 different people from 2 different factions looking for him. So, pretty crazy. I've never read it, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next week on chapter 2.
See you guys next time.
All right. So, of course, we're the Long Story Short Show. Please follow, like, and subscribe. We have a lot of comic book related content. You can catch our Comic World for You, where we talk about stuff that comes out every week. We also have a discussion series that we have every week. This will be posted on Sunday, and we record the new chapter on Monday. So if you ever want to catch the new chapter right after the new issue posted, you can always come to us on longstoryshortshow.com or YouTube, Long Story Short Show, or on Twitch at SQuadUp, ESQUADUP. All right. Nice.
See ya.
Later.